and spoke truth to death. This is the man who said anyone can gamble with just money. Vegas goes all the way. This is the man who said silicone breasts don't decay. This is the man who said Celine Dion can still perform, only now she'll work for brain-covered peanuts. This man showed Vegas the way and helped make us a mecca for zombie-themed entertainment. Let's give a big, augmented, and medically enhanced welcome to our patron saint, straight from Zombie Radio Show in New York, the Reverend Jimmy Rudolph.
Hey, all you jazz fans out there in the night. This is Jimmy Rudolph coming at you live. Not undead, but live on WZMB Jazz at 3. And we're broadcasting a little to the left of Tribeca Studios in downtown New York City, the greatest city in the world. We are just up from Denny's on the old strip in spectacular Las Vegas, Nevada. The Big Apple, has a lot to learn from the old Lost Wages. Instead of killing somebody's zombies wantonly like we do in New York, you put them to work in your casinos, in your hotels, even in the street. You heard the old joke, what's the difference between a $500 hooker and a $10 hooker? A pulse and a ball gag. You've even built an industry around them, incorporating zombies into your famous Vegas spectacles. We all remember the famous Cirque du Zombie, the show that won 3 zombies, 3 Tonys, 7 Emmys, and devoured 14 Melissas. Now, your latest foray into ghoul glamour includes Terry Fader's Meat Puppets, giving the undead the gift of speech and the audience the gift of laughter. Word to the wise, though, when he asks for volunteers, don't. And, of course, the ever-popular male dance review, Thunder Down Under, where my regular producer, Jamie Bogart, is tonight, lured away from her duties by Aussie pecs, Aussie abs, and didgeridoos. J-Bo texted me earlier tonight that she had already caught some head. I didn't know they did zombie decapitation in that show. But in her place is the eminently capable cocktail waitress at the Best Buy Bellagio and featured showgirl in Spearmint Rhino's live Dead Girls show, Miss Candy Crandall. I told she can kill zombies with her thong. Isn't that right, Candy? Vegas. I love Vegas. The games of chance, blackjack, slots, walking down the street, the buffet at the Caesar's Palace, all you can eat, buffet at the Stardust, all that can eat you. But what I love most about Vegas is the Polygrind Film Festival here at Theater 7. And what I love most about Polygrind is our host, programmer and destroyer of cultural standards. Put your hands together for Chad Clinton Freeman. There we go. Now we got the man coming. And it is so good to see you again, Chad. Here we are for another Polygrind. When it seems like only yesterday we were still chiseling the vomit off the wall from the last year's Polygrind.
I didn't chisel that off the wall. It's still there.
Well, you've featured films that have been banned in various countries. Are there any hurt feelings that you haven't been banned in Vegas yet?
No, actually, that's what's cool about Vegas, This is the outlaw state, the outlaw city. Polygrind's a perfect fit, sex, violence, controversy. It's just a match made in heaven, or hell.
Any new lows in store for us this year?
Well, you haven't seen Race War, the remake yet. That's coming up tonight. That would be a new low. And then as far as, new highs, or they could be looked at as lows as well. The festival is a lot bigger than it has been ever before. 140 films, 13 world premieres. That's the thing, is that none of the films this year have been banned yet, but a lot of them haven't been played anywhere. So that's kind of the good thing about being first. And in fact, I was going to say something about that. You know, the Bunny Game, that was the big one last year. It won the top award. It won, I don't know, 4 or 5 awards. And it was banned in the UK, a couple other places, and then it got distribution. It's on DVD. And just like 2 weeks ago, it was featured in the New York Times. So basically, coming to Polygrind is like having your own time machine. You can see movies now, and then a year from now, you can read about it in the New York Times and places like that.
Well, tell us about zombie films. Why are you so fascinated with undead cinema? Wasn't The Avengers enough?
So, well, The Avengers is dead cinema, not undead cinema. And it's not me that's obsessed, actually. It is, you know, the filmmakers. It just naturally happened. It was an organically occurrence. You know, the first year I did Polygrind, I had all of these zombie films, so I showed a triple feature. And then the next year, I had even more, and it just kept building, so.
But why you, Chad? How'd you get into this? How did you get into knowing and loving this kind of film?
That's me.
Kid? Little kid? You started as a little kid?
Well, so. I mean, I always liked the dark side, but what really changed me as a person was when I was in college, actually, and the show Real Wild Cinema. Anybody remember that? Sandra Bernhardt. It was on the USA Network. That's where I learned about Herschel Gordon Lewis, and that's what changed my life forever. He is the god of filmmaking. So if you've never seen a Herschel Gordon Lewis movie, you need to run out and see him. I had one of his new films here last year, and I've actually got a documentary making of that's playing this year, and I'm trying to get him to come here next year. So.
All right. Well, I can already feel my gorge rising, so let's give Chad Clinton Freeman a big hand for bringing all of us together here tonight. Chad, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And fans,